The game is Take Command, 2nd Manassas, a 20-year-old game now, and the map is Gettysburg First Day. So this is an original mod that I made from scratch. It's not based on the original Gettysburg Cemetery Hill map that comes with the game if you upload CMP3. And I will put a link in the description below of where you could get this map if you're familiar with modding the Take Command 2nd Manassas game. So we're going to take a look here at the map. Right now we are out on the Chambersburg Pike to the west of Gettysburg, looking east towards the town. This is where Heath's division approached on July 1st and ran into Buford's division of cavalry. And we're here at Her Ridge. This is this is a farm. The Her Tavern is up here. This is Her Ridge here. So this is the Her Tavern in that area. As we continue east along Chambersburg Pike here, we come to the Spangler Farm. I think this is the GW Spangler Farm, if I'm not mistaken. Come down here a little bit. There was a toll house here along this stream. We keep heading east towards McPherson's Ridge, and this is the McPherson Barn, where there was a lot of heavy fighting during the morning of the 1st. And if we look a little bit to the north here in the distance, you can see Oak Hill, and this is Oak Ridge over here where those trees are. And this area here, it's not too deep, unfortunately, but this is the unfinished railroad line and the railroad cut. Here, some fields. This is where Rhodes' division came in on the first day. Oak Ridge over here is where Robinson's division, 2nd Division of the 1st Corps, Union 1st Corps, was in position, actually really destroyed Iverson's brigade here as they came across this field and were flanked from Rhodes' division. But as we go further up here towards Oak Hill, we have a couple farms. This is, I believe this is the Forney farm over here. If we look a little bit further this way, there's a road somewhere, should have the Bender farm over there. This would be the Mummasburg Road coming across Oak Hill. If we go on the Mummasburg Road, you can see Gettysburg Towns out there. This is the McLean farm down here at the base of sort of Oak Ridge. Elements of the 3rd Division 11th Corps came up there. There's a stone wall across here. I'll go back down Oak Ridge so we pick up where we left off at Chambersburg Pike. Again, that's the McPherson farm over there on the right. We're looking south. Now I'm going to come back, heading back east in the direction of town. This is Chambersburg Pike. And we get to about here, and this is the Thompson farm, the Thompson house, Widow Thompson. This was Lee's headquarters when Lee arrived later during the battle. Down there on the way into town, that is the Sheeds house there. If we come across this way now, we'll head across this. This is Seminary Ridge. We're going to head south down Seminary Ridge. I believe the first house here is Grimes' house. Then we've got the actual seminary itself. We have the Schmucker house here, and then on the other side of this road is the Schultz house. This road sometimes called the Cashtown Pike or Hagerstown Pike or Fairfield Road. If we head this way, we're going back west, kind of southwest here. To our right on the north side of the road is a farm. Over here, this would be the Herbst farm. And the woods over there are Herbst Woods, where the Iron Brigade fought with elements of Heath's division. And General Reynolds was killed on the first day's fighting somewhere around here. This is the Herbst Woods, sometimes called McPherson's Woods, right in this area here as the so-called Iron Brigade was being sent in to fight against, I believe, Archer's Brigade. I actually had relatives, ancestors who fought in this part of the field right about here where we are, and up on Seminary Ridge over here. So let's go back to Seminary Ridge. And before we actually head into town, I'll go back this way, past the seminary again, back to the Thompson House. So we are back at Chambersburg Pike. And here is the Sheeds house again. We'll come up along the unfinished railroad line. That's the Tate House there. You can see that's town. That's the town there. This is, you can see John Burns' house is right on the corner there, that edge of town. We won't go into town yet. We're going to look north again. So now we're getting into the area of the field where the 11th Corps fought against Rhodes' division that came in. This is Pennsylvania College. Over on this side, the college, and it might be the Crawford Farm is over here somewhere. If we go north from the college here, this should be, this is the Mummersburg Road here. Let me get over to, this should be the Carlisle Pike heading north here. So this is Carlisle Pike. We've got the college and some outbuildings over there, heading north up the Carlisle Pike, again where Rhodes' division came in here, and elements of Early's division would have been to the right of where we are right now. Come all the way up here until we get to the Blocker Farm. That's up here at the end where this junction is. We don't go too much further than that. On this map, we're at about the northern end of the map. We come over here. This is the Benner Farm. We're heading east now. That's Benner. And the stream is here. I forget the name of the stream. Somewhere around here. Let me get a better look at the, this is the almshouse here, the county almshouse, as we head back into town. And let me make this a little bit lower so we can get, yeah, this will be Barlow's, what they called Barlow's Knoll is over here, this sort of elevation around here where parts of the 1st Division 11th Corps were engaged. We come back towards town again. We're going to pass the almshouse. Crawford Farm is going to be over here. I forget the name of the person who had this property, but this is the brickyard. You can see there's a kiln here with some bricks around it. Coster's Brigade of the 2nd Division 11th Corps fought along here. And as the lines collapsed to the west and north of town, then there was a quick retreat, a confused retreat through the town. So now as we're entering the town here, you can see this is the railroad that was actually finished up to this point. That's the railroad station. Here, a lot of railroad stuff. We come up. This area here is the town square. Some hotels and things over on that side of town. You can see there's some churches here in this area. We're heading south now. This is the county seat, the county hall, or whatever they call that. There's a school over here, public school, German Reformed Church. Here's the prison. Coming in another church this way. We're again heading south now, out of town a little bit towards Seminary Hill to the south of town. This is just general Gettysburg town stuff here. See, this side of the town is not as developed as the other side. Some smaller houses, a less wealthy part of the community, I suppose you could say. Coming down this way again, we've got this intersection here of Emmitsburg Road, and I think this should be Emmitsburg Road and Tawnytown Road. Or is it Baltimore Pike? Let's see. Let me come down here. Sorry for the confusion. No, this is the split here. So this should be Tawnytown Road and Emmitsburg Road here. That one back there would have been Baltimore Pike, of course, with the cemetery gates on it. This is where forget the name of this building, but this is where General Reynolds' body was laid after he was killed on the first day before he was sent back to Lancaster. This building is what's now known as the Dobbins House. It's a tavern that's there. We'll come back. Here's Baltimore Pike a little bit. We've got the cemetery. This is Cemetery Hill, the position where the Union Army fell back on the first day, and some of these houses here. I forget, there's going to be a Spangler down here. If we look over this way, this is actually Culp's Hill, which is the western end of my map. Over there, that red barn you'll see is the Culp farm. So this is the area where it tacks onto Cemetery Hill by Early's division took place on July 2nd. Then the map doesn't go too far to the south. Unlike the original Gettysburg map, we come down here. I forget the names of these farms here along Culp's Hill, but the end of it is about here. We're at the southern end of this map, which is the Leicester House on the backside of Cemetery Ridge, which was Meade's headquarters during the battle. As we come up here, this is Cemetery Ridge. We've got the Bryan Farm here in this area where on the second day the 3rd Division 2nd Corps was deployed along here. And then out this side we've got the Bliss Farm between the lines between Cemetery Ridge and Cemetery Ridge. This was burned during the fight. I think this is Bliss, or is Bliss over here? Somewhere around there. Going back all the way over to this ridge here. This is Seminary Ridge. So these farms here, one of them is going to be, I think this is probably McMillan. You've got McMillan's Woods over on that side. And then somewhere down here behind the ridge, this should be the Pitzer Farm back in the Confederate lines. So that is my Gettysburg Day 1 mod for Take Command 2nd Manassas. I will put a link in the description to let you know where you are able, how you can download what you need for that mod. Basically just put in the map files, copy in the graphic files and put the sprite and texture entries into it, put in the packages, there's a couple packages, and it is ready to go. If you decide to do that and use it, I hope that you enjoy it.